Hello everybody. Welcome back to Banjo, Tooie, and to Witchyworld. This is a fun area, and I looked up beforehand what all we can get here, and by the looks of it, we're only going to be short one Jiggy when we leave here. Now, unlike the last parts, there actually won't be an in-between part between this level and the next world, because we learned 3 abilities in here, but none of them, but we've already got everything that we needed those abilities to get before this point. So, yeah. Not that we saw her in the first one. But this is Boggy's wife. Mrs. Boggy. Because, you know, they don't have a last name. But yeah, so she... I don't know why I'm not... Yeah, Groggy, Soggy, and Moggy. So yeah, she told her kids to meet her here, and her kids are missing. So, unlike in the first game where you had to find their father for them, in this one you have to find them for their mother. Nope. But yeah, this is an amusement park one, as you can tell. This one here actually it's probably one of my favorite levels in this game, just because it's so varied. I don't remember. Screw you. I'm trying to remember how to... There it is. I think that's how you open it, yeah. A lot of the areas are closed down. There's a lot of... there's a few things that you need Mumbo for in this one. I do believe this is one of the ones where you need to transform... Or no, where you need to make sure that you're Mumbo before you transform. But I think there is also... there's also a point where you need to transform to open an area and then go and get Mumbo. And I don't remember which order is necessarily best to do it in. I think you want to be Mumbo first, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But yeah, this is probably one of my favorite levels of this game, just because it's so varied. And hey, we only are going to be missing one Jiggy by the end of it. So this is also another thing for this is these guys. Oh, God. Sadly enough, wasn't even the coin that hit me. Really, Banjo? Ugh. Nope. Boop. We unlocked a big top ticket. We need 4 of those. Let's talk to Al, I do believe. Yeah, Big Al. Sneezing all over the burger. Apparently the tastiest burgers. He's just adding a little bit of extra flavor in there. He's also apparently a 1-star chef based on his little badge that he's got there, which I've never actually noticed. But yeah, he only sells burgers. He doesn't give us fries. We need to go see, as he just said there, Salty Joe to get fries. I mean, here's the thing, right? I love, like, fair or amusement park, theme park food. Like, it's pretty much... Oh, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to turn the camera. It's pretty much like whenever the fair is in town, that's more or less the only reason I actually go, is to walk around and have the food that's there. Alright. We can't do a whole lot here, but it's still a good idea to come to all these areas. I don't think there's a point in going into the Star Spinner as of yet, but we'll unlock that. Oh, look at that, he's over here. Okay. So this is one of the kids. There's 3 kids, but they are randomized a little bit as to where they can be. There are specific points where the kids will be. But which kid is at which spot is random per game. Like every time you... I don't know when it determines it, but either way. Yes. So this is why you picked up the burgers. You want burgers and fries because so yeah, his stomach hurts and he wants to be carried back to his mother. We can't do that yet. We actually need an ability from a later level to get that. That is going to be the Jiggy that we don't get in this part. Will be the one for returning the kids. Purely because of that fat little prick right there. This is also something you can do technically later, but it's better to do it now because later it is kind of harder. I mean, that little that little hole there will like spark electricity out at you later. Once we actually get this place turned on with Mumbo. See this? Yeah, airborne egg aiming. So now while we're flying around, we can shoot eggs, which is very important. Because that's what we need to defeat the boss. I don't think we can even go into... Like, technically, I guess you don't need to. If you're fast enough, you don't technically need that to defeat the boss. But in reality, you need that to face the boss. Now, I'm going to try something here, because I'm not sure... I think I can do this. I'm not 100% certain. No, you... Come on, get this. See, this here is where the camera angle is like, go fuck yourself. God damn it. There is a different way that you can do this. That's, I guess, technically easier. But yeah, as you see, whenever you start going, the camera adjusts itself just that little bit, and it can really fuck you over. But anyway, there's one of our Jinjos. Now, I did blow that one up, right? Unfortunately, even though they drop items that are required, there's still infinite spawning, which is still super fucking annoying. Yeah, okay. I definitely don't want that, so... Before we go in there, I'll go and unlock the fries. There's 3 tickets, and now we're behind the big top, so we can learn our second of 3 abilities in here. This one is actually an important one, which is split up. So what this one does is it lets Kazooie come out of Banjo's backpack, and then you can play as them separately. That's what you were supposed to use to do that one Jiggy in the mine that we did last part. Or not last part, I guess, but in the last level. Yeah, it's also really weird because like the button for the fries are right behind it, and he actually has 4 stars. But the burger button is like nowhere near it. But yeah, this is where you get fries. You'll want both because one kid will always want burgers, or one kid will want burgers, and one kid will want fries. And they actually give you 5 whenever they give you stuff. But yeah, they give you 5, which is important later, but that's for a later level. It has nothing to do with this level. You really only need 1 of each, if that. Oh, I guess I can't actually do this part until I do the transformation as well, eh? Interesting. Right, because I need that. Oh, there's a ladder. Now this... Oh no, this is actually a different one. There's another tower that we need to climb, but I think it might be in the next area. Now this is a really kind of annoying Jiggy, as you can imagine. Once again, it has more to do with the camera doing shit like that. No, that was me moving the camera, but like I barely nudged it, and it's like, what, you want a 90-degree turn? Sure, here you go. But woo, our Jiggy, and then you can leap off, which you need to do. It's really weird because like the Jiggy is up there and very visible, and then the notes, which are arguably significantly less important, are the things that you actually... Oh, although, can you... Oh, no, I guess you can get in there without jumping from the top. Okay. I wasn't sure if that would reach, but apparently it does. So yeah, we can't go into the middle bit yet until we get the transformation. Oh yeah. So, yeah, all food must be consumed in the theme park. So you can't take food out of any of the main entrances. There's actually only one entrance or exit that you can take food out of, which is leads to another level, which is the only other level that you need the food in. Now, there could be a kid down here. She doesn't take your food away there at that sign, by the way. Until you actually leave, your food does remain with you. Oh, there we go. Which is good because I feel like more often than not the fat kid is down here. I don't know why. I just feel like most of the time when I play this game, it's the fat kid that's down here. But yeah, one of the spawn points for the kids is down here. Obviously, they're not here, but this is the train station. So now we can take the if we go to the sign here. Well, you know, I'll do it just to show you. We don't need the... Oh, actually, no, that's not true. We actually do need the train here. Yes, I would like Chuffy to pick this up. So this is one of the points where you can use the train. We ourselves don't necessarily use the train very much. There is one level that you have to use the train to get into. It's probably the worst level in this. Just because it's so freaking annoying to navigate. But that's not until much later. But it's usually a good idea to find the train station and get the train into a level because it's useful. Because while we ourselves don't use the train very much, there are NPCs that will get on the train and then wait for it to pull into the right station, or wait for you to call it to the right station before they get off, which is what happens here. Alright, the Haunted Cavern, which I think there's a Cheeto page or something in here. If you touch the teeth, they will hurt you, I do believe, which is super annoying. You can, as you imagine, also go in between them. Also, if you're having trouble seeing, you can use fire eggs to give yourself a little bit of light. You can also use your golden feathers to give yourself a little bit of light. What does this say? Management accepts no responsibility for soiled underwear as a result of viewing the Cave of Horrors exhibits. They're not very horrifying, by the way, shockingly enough. Ah, there you go. Another kid. Are you the one who wants fries? Yeah. And there's nothing you can do to make me. Boosh! Just beat the fuck out of him. So yeah, when he melts off to you, you just wind up and slap him, and he runs back to his mother, and she's like, hey, thanks. Which is a weird response, but you know, whatever. But yeah, if we look at this one, we have a weird killer alien. But it's a Jinjo. Now, like I said, there are Minjos in this game, which are basically Jinjos but hurt you, and you would think that's what that one would be, but it's not. It's a regular Jinjo. And then over here, we have an ancient bearded camel, which you may recognize if you watched Banjo Kazooie. You can also walk up to these and talk to them before you free them, but yeah, now he's excited because he's heading off to the lava world at last. Because if you recall, the last time we saw him, and kept beating the crap out of him, he said that that he was leaving to go to the lava world. So we'll meet him again later. Is your fortune a secret? Find out at Madame Grunty's, which is actually a fortune teller tent. I think we already passed it. I'm not going to go in because all it is Grunty gives you some nonsense thing, and then, oh yeah, then the mighty evil dinosaur. And then she just does something to you. But yeah, thanks strangers, I'm taking the next train out of here. So yeah, Gobi there just leaves. He doesn't take the train. But the dinosaur, you need the train in the station. And then once we make it to Dinosaur Land, come to think of it, a lot of the train stuff is with the dinosaurs, isn't it? But yeah, once you get to Pterodactyl Land, I do believe it's called, which isn't until quite a ways later, I think. I want to say it's like World 7, but not 100% on that now. I do believe. Oh, right, not here. Over here. I think this way is a Cheeto page. I could be mistaken, but that's there. And then grab that. There we go. Yeah, there it is. Called it. And from here you can just go, haha, and try not to land in the fire or on the teeth. So there's another section. But yeah, that's, I think all we needed the train for in this location. I don't think that anything else uses it. And not every world has a train station. Like, for example, I don't think the next world does. I could be wrong, but I'm reasonably certain. But there we go. There's all 4 big top tickets that we need, and we'll grab this because that's our last note that's out here, because that's back towards the entrance. But yeah, that's our last big top ticket. Now this thing here is a really weird thing. So ring the bell to win a top prize, right? It's just one of your test of strength things. Now the weird thing about this though is it doesn't matter what you use on it. It won't go up very much. No, that's not going to work. Well, that's fine. Oh, that's also not the right button. What is the one to, Nope, that's not it. Hang on, I'll get it. There we go. And then grenade. You actually have to use all 3. It doesn't matter what order you use them in, but you have to use all 3 to ring the bell. You would assume that the test of strength would be like climb the thing and then, you know, wha-bam, pound it down. Not. Doesn't work. Does nothing. It's really weird. And kind of disappointing, in all honesty. Like, I don't know what carnival or amusement park they ever went to where the test, where you got more than 1 whack at the test of strength. Oh man, I can't believe I fucked that up. No, I don't think there's a, no, there's no Eevee thing on this side. Yeah, I'm coming. Boop. Oh, look at that. That's all the yellow Jinjos. Oh, they don't go back. I honestly thought, so that's one of our overworld jiggies. I honestly thought that once you completed a house, that's when the Jinjos all went back, but I guess not. If we go to the house, though, they will be. Should I do this first, or should I do, well, I'll go up here and I'll do, okay. This is honestly kind of annoying, because like this guy's up here, and that happens a lot. Because it's a very, you know what, fuck it, we won't even bother with that right now. Because it's a very small platform, and he obviously doesn't have very many places to go. Hey, it's the girl. Alright. Get me some fries, and I'll leave quietly. Alright. Will you give me some food? Yes. So there we go, we give her the fries. And there you go. And that's 2 out of 3 kids. So now all we have left is to roll her other son over there. But unfortunately, that's not something we can do. And now, if you're interested, this is a Minjo. They're usually fairly easy to tell. Like I said before, if the easiest way is if you've already gotten all of the Jinjos, then obviously whatever one is left is a Minjo. Can I do it like that? No? Okay. The other way is basically if they're not even like a little bit hidden. Like, not to say that Jinjos are necessarily all that hidden anyway. But, you know, if they're not hidden at all, like that one is, it's also fairly obvious. Yes, we have split up. To change to the other character, stand on your pad or near a swap cloud and press B. So yeah. And then if you run them into each other, they'll go back together. Now, fortunately, because we're Banjo, we don't have any attacks now, which is really dumb because, I mean, the one, like, what is it? I don't actually remember what it's called, but the attack that he has where, like, he stands still and he just swipes his claws in front of him, that's all Banjo, but for some reason he can't do it without Kazooie. But now we have this. We have the Pack Whack, which is probably the most useless one ability that we get, or one of them, mainly because it's very rare that you're Banjo and you need to attack. I say that Kazooie gets a similar thing later, but there's mini games where you're just Kazooie and you need to attack to complete said mini game. So, and it also has like a horrible range. There we go. Like I said, it's a horrible move. I don't know why it's messed up, but yeah, then a lot of the split up pads are basically looking for like switches that has one of their face on it. Now Kazooie, I do believe. Yeah, so Kazooie can still fire eggs, which I think is bullshit. If Banjo doesn't get his attack, I don't know why Kazooie gets hers. But anyway, there we go. This will pump up this. Now you might think, oh, there's something on top that we have to get. Well, you wouldn't be entirely wrong, but at the moment there is not. Oh, God. Almost landed right on top of him. So yeah, there's two doors in here. You have to just be Kazooie to go into this one. You can't have Banjo with you. There's actually a few mini-games, quite a few mini-games in this level. And once again, all of these mini-games are in the multiplayer portion of this game. But this is the Hoop Hurry Challenge. You can get the speedy shoes. They're useful, but not required. As you jump through the rings, you get points. You need 60 points, I do believe, in order to win. It's not hard. Red rings, because they're so big, are worth 1. Oops. Green rings are worth 2, and blue rings are worth 3. So it's generally good. As you just saw right there, it is possible to go through a ring as it's disappearing and still get points for it. Oh, God. Come on, get through it. There we go. Once again, because of the camera angle and... oh. I think you need 60 points. I could be wrong. Hopefully it's less. In all honesty, it might be easier without the fucking speedy shoes. Because I think the speedy shoes were screwing me up more than they were helping me. Did I get enough? Okay, that was enough points. So yeah, that puts the Hoop Hurry prize up top. We won't bother going to get that yet. Do you want to play again? No, because there is no second prize for it. Yeah, in all honesty, it might be easier to do it without the speedy shoes. The speedy shoes will last the entire game when you pick them up. I don't know if the timer on them is just long enough, or if it's just as long as the game is on, they'll stay on. It honestly might be easier to do it without them. Because as you saw there, I was having some problems with the speed. But yeah, and then as you saw there, there was another door that had both their faces on it. Which obviously means that you need both of them in order to participate in it. Which is, you know, it's a little weird because technically there's no real reason why you couldn't do this with just Kazooie besides the fact that they didn't really... Because I don't know if you can aerial egg aim. Okay, so we need to score 50 points. It was 60 seconds, but 50 points. But yeah, this is just the aerial egg aiming. And all it is balloons, and they give you the infinite machine gun eggs here. It's super easy. All of these ones that they give you, these eggs, are super easy because obviously you don't, like, they fire so fast and you don't really have to aim. And there's one later that we'll do where you pretty much just you just basically spin in a circle, and you're gonna get way more points than you could ever need. Come on. See, like, we still got so much time left, and we've cleared the 50 points. I think there's actually an achievement. I don't think that it gives you anything in game. But I think there's some achievement in order, like, in getting so many points in this. As you can see, we're on the ground. But we're still flying because they don't want you landing on it. No, I don't. But yeah, there's very little reason to lose that game. Because as you saw, it is so easy. All of those ones are so... Oh, it's actually in the dinosaur world. Is the other one that I'm thinking of, where you can just spin in a circle and win. But yeah, now that we've unlocked both of our prizes, we'll go up here and grab them. Go. Now we have cleared the Old West. Well, this part of the Old West. We still have one thing to do outside, actually. Now the question is do I want to do that? I mean, I have to come back here anyway, I guess, to do that. So, yeah, screw you, buddy. I don't know why not all of these are dropping honeycombs. I could have swore that they did, but guess not. Not that it matters. We aren't hurt anyway, but still weird. Okay, yeah. So this is Wumba's Wigwam. That's what it is. You need... Right, that's what it is. Is you need to transform in order to get into the area where Mumbo's hut is. Also, we didn't get a... We haven't got a Globo, have we? And I don't think that there's ever a Globo in her... Oh yeah, it is, okay. Because I know that in the next level, I'm pretty sure the Globo is in Mumbo's hut. Yes, we have a Globo. Technically, it's yours. I mean, we picked it up right over there. Aha! Hey, look at that, we're in armored. I think she just calls it ban, but... Honk honk. You want to be a little careful with that one because it is possible to kind of screw up. You don't actually need to use that, by the way, to come down. You can just drop. This thing is also invulnerable. It cannot take any damage whatsoever. So you never have to worry about that. But yeah, like I said, you need this to unlock the area where Mumbo's skull is, and then you need Mumbo to open up this... No, not over here. To open up the Dodgem Dome. But then once you open up the Dodgem Dome, you need the van again in order to... what's up here? Can I can first person this. Yeah, it's just a stick, okay. And that's up there, but we can't get up there. Okay, I think that's it for this area. But yeah, which is what makes this level a little more annoying. Because pretty much anything that forces you to transfer or to like switch back and forth between either your transformation or Mumbo is kind of annoying. There's our treble clef for 20. I don't recall there being anything in the Star Spinner. Yeah, see, so once we get Mumbo and come over here and power that, that'll open up that door, and then we'll need to get the van back in order to go in there. And unfortunately, you can't transform as Mumbo. As you can imagine, Mumbo and Wumba, they don't get along because they're both consider themselves the best magic user or having the strongest magic. I think this is a Minjo, yeah. I just decided to come in here to see because I know there's enemies. Not that it makes that much of a difference, but you know, while you're driving around as an invulnerable fucking tank, basically, boosh, you may as well have fun with it. But yeah, you have those doors there that you can honk at. And then you also have these, which you need the armored van for, because as you see the little money printed on the side, it just has apparently some infinite cash inside of it. And you need it to activate certain things. So one of these was the train station, right? There was nothing down there, and the other one was the Cave of Horrors, which we've already finished as well. So funny thing about this door, it can actually hurt. Obviously not as the van, because I mean, as you see, the van is vulnerable even to lava. Ugh. There we go. Boosh. Another Cheeto page, and I think we still have one Cheeto page left to get in here. Somewhere. I think, anyway, I could be wrong. But if that's the case, then we can actually get that. There's no point in doing that, because you need to split up for that. Over here, we may as well grab the Clobo while we're, like I said, while we're invulnerable. And then that's where Mumbo's skull is. Now, we can't do anything while we're transformed in Mumbo's skull, so... Which, I mean, to be fair, since Banjo and Kazooie just stand there, there's actually very little reason why you wouldn't be able to. Besides the fact that, like I said, Mumbo doesn't like Humba Wumba. So the fact that you're using her magic, I guess, he's just like, I don't want to talk to you, traitor. Okay, and then from there, I think this leads us back to the Old West. So yeah, that's everything that we can do right now, I do believe. As this thing. I think so, anyway, for sure. But yeah, this here is actually what the door's for, is for getting the van back up to the Wigwam here. Because yeah, other than that, like I said, you can just drive the van off, obviously. It makes no difference.